Hello, good morning. You'll find me at Hellingly Festival of Transport. I've decided to start at the steam engines It's going to be a mixture of transport. So I start at the Claude Jessic collection. They're the lot based at Tinkers Park. This one's a Burrell patent tractor. Noticing there's a compound steam engine on this one. Looks to be just a road tractor. If we go slightly to the left here, you see the Southern Queen. I've seen Southern Queen before. It's an Aveling and Porter, has the Invicta symbol on the front of it. They were made in Rochester in Kent. Look at how shiny these are. People take pride in keeping these maintained. If we look to the left here, we see a Sentinel. Just trying to think which one that was. So I'm gonna, but hopefully they've put signs up. So this is a Jupiter. Yeah, this is a Sentinel Jupiter. The boiler's actually in some near the cab, so must have been really hot work on hot days. You know, during the summer must have been really hot work. See to the left here is Tasker's Little Giant. I've seen this one once or twice before. Yeah, the Little Giant, so type something 2, I think. Made by Tasker, I think. This is a Wallace patent motor known as Gunner. It's Wallace and Stevens. I keep thinking they made Wallace and Stevens type steam engines down in Hampshire, not very far away from where I've been before. And we go to my left is Sestria, which is a Invicta steamroller by Aveling Porter. They were made in Kent as well. So, well, now here's an interesting one. I've never seen this before, I know. What is this? It's a weird looking thing here. That's Thunderbird Aveling and Porter. It's a steamroller. There's a Blackstone oil engine in there. That's a music box. Right, what's this? That looks like a Scammell, probably a Pioneer. Here's a Green Goddess by Bedford. It's a RHLZ emergency pump 1956. There's a hot air engine. I've seen that before. Don't need to. Oops, that's on. If we look here, we see first of the tractors. So there's a Fordson Super Major. Next to that's a Massey Ferguson, looks like a 35. There's a Ferguson. There's another Fordson Major. Next to that is a AEC Routemaster. Next to that's an open top bus by Bristol. The buses being quite close together. Here's a Maidstone District single decker. It even has the crank handles. Another London Transport bus here. This one's an AEC Regent. So it could have been, yeah, AEC Regent. They're not really a Routemaster. Right, we're going to switch round now because I've just spotted another Bristol. There's two Bristols actually. This is a single decker don't know which one this is. I'm not really up on my buses, to be honest. Here's another bus here. There's a single decker. It's got a backlit sort of route sign on it. Here's an AEC Regent. There's a double decker AEC Regent, and there's a single decker sort of towing rig. Looks like a towing rig of some kind. Here's a couple of Route Masters, and I can tell these are AEC because if we go up to the, see there's a slight triangle. That's also what's found on an AEC, which is Associated Engineering Company. If we move along a bit, we see another Route Master, but in green, so it might be country route, perhaps green line. I don't know, I don't really. Here's another Route Master. So you got RMC 1497 Route Master, RT 3775, RT 1777. There's RM 349, and there's a Southdown Buses single decker. I'm trying to think who made these originally though. I don't know who actually made these. No. Another, not sure if that's a Route Master or anything. There's a lot of times people buy a bus and have their own bodywork fitted to it. Here's a Leyland. It's got the Leyland diesel in it. There's a double decker used by Maidstone District Motor Services, so the old Maidstone District buses. It's when everything was under the state, I think, partly. Here's a Southdown Buses, just says 1965. It helps if I could have got a program, I could have found out what these things were. But if we go around here, we see a London Transport. I'm not really sure what this one is, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. GS15, that's a don't know who made this, so right, we're going to move on now to the classic cars. I'm going to work my way around these, so I've got to go all the way to, so if I start here perhaps, no I won't, I'm going to go around here. Right, I'm going to start working my way along the classic cars now, so I can, and I think the first one I see looks to be a Dodge Polara. So I'm just going to go through this fence, don't know what that's about. Yeah, so here we see a Dodge Polara. Next to that is a Pontiac Bonneville. Yeah, Pontiac Bonneville sedan. Look at the absolute size of it. Bit of a behemoth, that. We go along here a little bit. We see a Triumph Herald, and I think I got stuck behind that earlier. Little 4-cylinder in that, I think. It's 1967. Oh. Right, what's this one? That looks like a Wolseley 1500. Here's a Vanden Pla, one of the Farina ones. Looks like a Vanden Pla of some kind. Morris Minor 1000 Traveller. Also a Woody. What's this? NG, so not MG, it's NG, it's one further along the alphabet. Don't know a lot about these, I'll have to read up during the winter. Here's a Ford Zodiac. Here's an MGT type. Oh, what's this? That's a Austin A40 Sports, Jensen designed and built. Yeah, so let's have a look at this. Right, we go along now to a Ford Cortina. Mark 1. Here's a Ford Zephyr drop top. This looks like a Austin A40 Somerset. To my left is another Wolseley 1500, and there's a Bond mini car, three-wheeler, and I think you had to take the bonnet up and just start the engine from in the engine bay. Here's a Austin taxi, London taxi. Next to that is an Austin A35, I think.
Oh, Daddy, they got right.
Right, I'm now going to go over to this Mini. Just going to go over to this Mini now. Which is just about, so it's an Austin Mini pickup. Next to that looks to be a Triumph Herald again. With another Morris Minor 1000, this time a sedan. Next to this is an MGB GT Coupe. Here's a, oh, what's this? Oh, that's an original, that's a Jensen Interceptor from the 50s. So that's the first time the name Interceptor came. Here's a MG Magnet saloon. Just about here. And here's a Morris Minor 1000 drop top. Little diorama there. That looks like an MGB. Next to this is a Austin A40, I think. Yeah, Austin A40 saloon. Here's another A35, I think, or 30, A30 or A35. Another one just beside it, actually. Yeah, just about here. Another A35, I think. Here's a Rover 90, so it comes under the range known as P4. And there's a Ford Anglia, an E04A. So, 39 to 48. So, probably made them over the course of the war. Well, ish. Here's a Triumph Spitfire Mark II. That's when they used to make really nice cars back in the day. Here's a Mini, another Mini. That looks like a Morris Mini Minor, I should think, that one. Here's a Ford, I think that's a Ford Prefect, is it? Ford Products. Where is that one? 5 stars. Wheels are definitely non-standard, but they look really nice actually. What is this one anyway? Let's have a look. Let's excise the ignorance. That's actually a console. It says it's a console. I didn't know they made them that far back. There's a Jarrett Javelin from the late 40s. Had a flat 4 in it. Here's a Vauxhall Victor 101 Deluxe, 1967. Here is a Wolseley 690. Now note the body shape. Note the body shape. That's like. Right, I'm going to make my way along to the next Dodge. There's an estate here. Right, so this is a Dodge Coronet 440, so from 1965. It's a wagon. Probably has the history seats in it. Next to that is a Chevrolet Bel Air 1956. Here's a 1956 Nomad, Bel Air Nomad. Bit of a land yacht, that. Oh, I actually like the front decorations on this. You also see that here as well. Is that either an Eagle or a B-52? If we move along now, I've just seen something incredibly weird, and it looks like an amphicar. You actually, yeah. So this is an amphicar. So this is, you're supposed to be able to take it for a drive down the road and then somehow switch it and then take it on the water. Very few cars have that feature. Don't know why. Could prove useful when it chucks it down and you get a bit flooded. But now we go to my left and we see a Riley Elf. It's like a Mini, but there's back bit put on it. See another MG Magnet. Looks like a ZA. And you see a Ford Anglia. This is the 105Es, so this is the really late ones. Here's a Volkswagen Type 25. Here we see a Rover 100, so another P4s. Look at that. Here's a Frog Eye Sprite sitting next to an MG Midget by the looks of things. Here we go. Similar sizes. Yeah, so there's another note about the Frog Eyes. They're not that Austin Healey Sprite, but they're known as Frog Eyes because if you see the headlamps, it's kind of they're a bit unusual. Vehicle things as well. Look like a lot of fun. Right, here's a Lotus Cortina. There's a Vauxhall Wyvern just here. This is an Austin Cambridge, I think. One of the Farina ones. So here's a Ford Anglia.
And then it had this gun thing, so where you look for a gun, you use it.
Yeah. Here's a Morris Minor 1000 drop top. And next to that is a Ford Popular. Not Poplar, it's Popular. These must have been pretty popular to be named that. Right, this is a Morris Minor 1000 Traveller, or the Estate. Known as here's an MGT type. Next to that is a Humber Scepter. Here's a Humber Scepter just here. Here's a Austin A35. That is sitting next to, oh, what's a Rover P5B? No, Rover P5. It's the 3 litre, so it's just a Rover P5. The P5B was the one with the V8 in when that first come out. So this is pre V8 there. Here's a Morris Minor 1000 just here. Sedan. Oh, what's this? This looks like a Bristol 401, and I have never seen one of these in my life. But it's a 2 litre 6 cylinder, which I think was originally BMW design, but due to various things happening, we ended up with the designs for the engine and stuck it in a Bristol. And if we was to have a little look, here's the 6 cylinder. Oh, there's a Morris Minor 1000, and sitting next to that is a Daimler SP250 sports car. This had the 2.5 litre V8, designed by Edward Turner. Used to be quite quick, actually, these. Just trying to think what other little facts there were, because next to it is a Daimler V250, so that's going to be the same engine in that as what's in this. So I'm just going to get this angle here. There we are. There's another Daimler here. I don't know which one this is. Don't really know a lot about Daimlers. Here's a Rover 95, which comes under P4. There's a Riley 1.5, which looks a bit like a Wolseley 1500. There was a bit of badge engineering going on back then. Here's a Rover 95, again comes under a P4. There's a Vauxhall Cresta. I actually want one of these. Look at that. I actually want one of these. There's a really early Mustang drop top. It's got the 260 cubic inch in there, 1965. So this is really early, because the 260 was an early one, and then basically what happened, they almost immediately put in the 289, made it bigger. Right, I'm just going to go over to these other cars now, so there's a bit of a walk involved. Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. I could be anywhere, I could. It's great. Yep. But what I gather, I get around a lot. But if we was to go over here, we see another 3 cars here, so back end of the Bristol, that's nice. Right, if we move our way here, I can now see there's a Ford Anglia estate, so a 105E estate. Next to that's a Mini. Says it's a Mini GT. Oh, 1275 GT, that one. At the time of British Leyland. Right, so here's a Auto Union 1964 3-cylinder 2-stroke.
1960, forget that B.
Forget the B.
Yeah, that's when it come to England.
Oh right, because I thought. Oh right.
That's right. It's 1960 car from Uganda.
Uganda.
When it got here, it was 1964.
Oh right.
Okay.
I never had to be corrected over that before, because I didn't think you could put a newer number plate onto an older car.
Well, they had to because it would have had a Ugandan number plate, and you would have to have registered it.
Oh, right. So,
So it would have had to have been registered in this country, so that's why the number plate's on there.
oh, I never knew that because
Yeah.
I was always told that you had to try and find out what year your car was, and when you registered it, you had to go accordingly.
No, they already knew the year of it. The documents that come over.
Ah, right. Yeah, I've always wondered that point. Oh well, I'm gonna finish off this first part here because I might have seen this one before. Might have even been here last year or the year before. I think it was last year or the year before. Someone else was looking at this and enjoying seeing it. So, trying to think who it was. But yeah, I finish on this now because I've got to go get a programme.